And we're live with another episode of Sunday, Fun Day, Fun Day. Hey, by definition of the day, this is God's day, His grand Sabbath. What's up, everybody? I am His servant, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst, your messenger of God, his very first child, the Lilith, reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to catch my last live video and anything I post on my community page. I posted a lot. We're going to talk about all of that. All of it? All of it. First off, we're going to talk about Jesus Christ, our Savior. We're going to go into some religious studies. And if you didn't hear my daughter earlier this week, she's like, they don't like you because you challenge their religions. I do not challenge their God. I challenge their way of life because it doesn't align with the words that are coming out of their fucking mouth. Anyways, we're going to talk about that because I told you these damn Jewish people. Did you know that Jesus was a Jew? Isn't that crazy? There we go. See? Challenge. We're going to talk about the essential Kabbalah. This was the heart of Jewish mysticism, and he came in with all of that knowing. He was a rabbi before he was the Messiah. That's it. Imagine just taking it all in. It's like some Cat Williams. That's what we do around here. Just take it all in and then blow it all out. Blow it out your ass, mofos. Alright, we're going to talk about that. What other religious studies? I think just that in the Bible, to be honest. That'll be far from enough. I don't know if we want to pull out the Quran. We were talking about some shit in the Book of Mormon. We could talk about all religious studies. What you want to read about? What religion do you want to hear about God? We talk about all kinds of God over here. Oh my God. Anyways, the Bible I think is what's really going to come out. Really? Yeah, for sure. I'm going to throw the Bible out. How many Bibles do you got? More than I need. More than I need. Then I posted some other shit. I got really triggered. I didn't get triggered. Anybody would have got offended by that fucking video. Oh my God. Steve's Love Tarot said, a non-planned video, something, right? I always watch this because when I be blowing up in the energy, I haven't seen her. I didn't look. I have to look. But Magnetize Yourself will be blowing up. She'll be filled with energy and blowing out videos and shit. She can feel it. When the energy is shifting, she just keeps getting new information, just like me. It's like you just keep getting information and you have to keep pushing it out. Anyways, and it's just feelings. I don't know what this is, but we're going to check the cards. I usually know what it is, but we're going to check the cards to confirm the bullshit. That's what they do. Anyway, so he pushed out this video, and the video was hideous, bro. It was talking about, like, it started with the devil card. Hey, I want to correct you tarot readers like I always do. You say that the devil is the card of Capricorn, but nothing in the definition of Capricorn relates to the devil. If you go, I'm serious, I call him the Scorpio, because the definition of Scorpio is all of that. Secrets, the occult, death, sex, all of that. All of that lies with under Scorpio. So, I mean, in essence, they say the death card is the Scorpio card. But that's, I'm just saying, you guys always say it's Capricorn, and in the essence, does it ever really stand for the Capricorn, or you just put that on there? We need to do some work on that because it doesn't really say so. But anyways, he starts with the devil card. And he turns out this is a Sunday morning video, bro. Like, save that shit till Monday when you're in your mind and your emotions and you want to be all ugly. It's God's day, dude. And that's what I posted. I posted Kanye's Jesus Walks. And it's like, let me take a breath. I'm in the spirit, real high in the spirit, obviously. It's like what makes me the most powerful fucking witch is because I'm covered in Jesus's fucking message. There's nothing higher. There's nothing higher. He sits at the highest throne. There's no higher honor than to walk in a Jesus code. That's it. And that's what I teach you. The Christ consciousness, a way of life, to see life as he did and walk through what he said, how to view life as he said and walk through it. And that's what the whole Bible is. They got the message directly from the man. They took it in, they applied it to their life, and they walked in bliss with a connection to God and a full understanding that everything was okay. They had full peace and all of that. Now, the Buddhists and the Hindus and all of that, they'll study their whole life doing it. But these come to Christ moments don't take too long for you to just switch on the light inside of you. Now, what I posted is like, to you, all of you that don't walk in Christ's words or have never heard it, you're lucky to have me. But there's a reason for this. It's like, Wolfman, I have direct messages for you, not right this second. If you want to be as powerful as me, then you have to know the power that I hold. And that's the true power of God, which is what? Love, compassion, understanding, and forgiveness. If you can have those 4 things, bro, life isn't bad. If you can find those 4 things in all things of life, then life is cool. If you can have compassion to whatever's going on in your situation and the people in your life, if you can have a full understanding of this, there's something big playing out in my life than this weenie fucking parking ticket I just got. Who got a parking ticket? I didn't get a parking ticket. Don't get a parking ticket. That's dumb. Just pay the meter. Be like, oh, they won't catch me. Don't break stupid rules. That's their job. There's some idiot walking around the street waiting for you to break a stupid rule that'll cost you more than the fucking 25 cents. But anyway, something like that. You just need to learn that because your gut told you before you went in to pay it and you didn't listen to your gut. I don't know, that could apply to so many of you people at this particular moment. It's just a download I got. But in the essence, you have a higher understanding of there's something bigger playing out here. When I busted my window, there's something bigger playing out here. This happened for a divine reason for me to learn a very big lesson, right? When you have forgiveness, when people fuck up, and they fuck up all the time. Why? Because forgive them for they know not what they do. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? You think that they know everything based on their size and age and whatever, appearance, that they're really smart. They're not. They're dumb. They're dumb. Right? So you get this forgiveness for everybody, how they offend you and all of this shit. This was dumb. You didn't know better than to fucking release a video like this on a Sunday? That's dumb. And just love. Being able to love yourself and have love for everyone around you. A smile, a gesture of kindness. Just kindness, bro. Being able to be kind. Those fucking food groups, bro. Being kind. Generous, loving, kind. It's all a part of, it's called the fruits of the Spirit. Galatians 5:19 through 23. The flesh versus the spirit. I'm not going to read that. That's all I basically ever read out of that book. It's all that ever mattered. In the essence. If you can walk in that, if you can envelop that kind of spirit, in order to get that kind of spirit, you need to know who had it first and how they got it and how to hold it and how to see things. And that's why you study the life of Jesus Christ. Or the life of Buddha. You know what I mean? That's why you study certain things. You're studying religions to have mercy and grace, understanding, blessings, and all this booty whack bullshit that they say in the promises. I mean, it's real, but they describe it so lavishly. In essence, you're just trying to walk in peace. Peace, bro. Just like, a fool, like, chill. Buddha is always sitting there with a big-ass smile like nothing bothers him. Unbothered is what peace is. Absolutely unbothered. Alright? That's what you're trying to do. So it doesn't matter. That's the highest level of power. Where nothing bothers you. Like nothing? Like nothing. Like you just, like nothing. Like nothing. Those are the calmest people. Those are the most content people. They keep you calm in the storms. They're just solid rocks, dude. Nothing bothers them. They're okay. Everything's going to be okay. That's that divine feminine, that don't trip, potato chip. It'll all be good. You need that in this world of chaos where you're always tripping on some shit. Okay. So ultimately, I'm here to bring that forgiveness and all that power to those of you that were denied it by this understanding that you're a fucking sinner and you're not worthy of it because of the lifestyle you lived. I'm here to break you out of this oppression, which is nothing more than your mindset. Probably your parents and some other shit too. They were just trying to be right by God, but what they were doing was being right by the book. They'll do everything by the book, not by God. That's why I challenge this shit. Because every fucking book I pull out in religion tells you to be those things. But then it tells you all these extra jumps and loops and hoops that no human being could ever be. You know what I mean? They want you to just be absolutely perfect. And that's not what a Holy Spirit is. We're just his children, having a human experience, trying to get it right. If we had it right, we wouldn't be here learning. That's dumb. In the essence, so every one of your so-called mistakes or experiences are deemed as good as bad, and if you did enough bad things, then you don't get to have this relationship that's so very important in everybody's life. That's what I come to bring you. And, I teach you all the other ways that they had relationships with. That's all of this Wiccan stuff and all of the craft. This is how we prayed to God. This is how we accessed God's powers before Christ. After Christ, it was easy. That was it. It was supposed to be, but people held on to the old ways. They didn't want to accept this new way of life. And here we are today. In the Revelation days is the end of time, and people do not want to accept that this is the end, and it's for the best. It was a promise that all this bullshit would happen and it would end, and we could finally begin again. Ta-da! It's a good thing, but that's what happens in your current day life, is you don't want to accept this new way of life, which is meant to be more peaceful. Bring more happiness to you. Your new life is waiting for you. Jesus. What popped in your head? 12 Monkeys. He's in the insane asylum, and there's this fucking commercial, and a new adventure is waiting for you in the Florida Keys. Maybe that's where... I don't think that's where you want to be right now. There's a big-ass hurricane coming at them. If you know somebody, tell them to get out of there. Save your mother, Russ. Why? Because you love her, I guess. If you care, you care. I don't care. Anyway, I don't care. They're going to just be reset. I'll see them on the other side, or they'll be back in no time at all. I'm sure. Aren't they cute? Look at the little babies. Look at the little starseeds. All these new earth angels. You little demons. They brought you back already? Sorry. Okay, so I'm here to deliver you Jesus Christ and all of the religions before Christ and bring everybody back to Christ, but not Christianity. I'm not going to throw the book at you. I'll be throwing that book across the room myself. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. I mean, it's what he said, but that's not what they did. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's all he said in there. Be forgiving. Treat others how you want to be treated. Not kick out all the gay people. Not do all of this, dude. Hate on different nations. Not do all that, bro. He didn't say to do any of that. You guys are all fucked off. Be like hating on girls and guys and this and that. Alright, now let's go back to Steve's Love Tarot. Damn, that was a hideous video. It comes out, this is just hurtful to anybody that's in a soulmate journey cycle. Imagine watching Twin Flames videos your whole life, and this guy says, they want to have sex with you because they saw something on the internet, or they have a crush on someone else, or basically they can't get to who they really want, so they just want to take it out on you. That's what he said about your soulmate journey. I was like, oh man, you couldn't save that for a rainy day, like hurt some feelings on another day. You had to choose God's day to sit there hurting people's feelings. Anyways, I was like, see, I told you, he just wanted to fuck. He just wants to fuck. And I said already, God had ordained this because I needed a sexual partner that I felt safe with. Whatever. Whatever. In the essence, it's like I go ride the shit out of Russ and feel totally fine about my life. Other than the disgust the next day. Why'd you do that? Practice. Practice. I needed practice. Anyways, I just want to point it out. So I posted this in the fucking thing. At first I was really like, how dare you say some shit like that? First off, it's real. That's really his total fucking vibe. What a dirtbag, right? Seriously, but that's just the vibe that's out there. He's just reading the energy. And that's it too, is a lot of people are going to get played. Why? I don't know. It's fucking Valentine's Day to these douchebags. It's that Scorpio energy. It's a sexual energy that people that naturally give into it, it's controlling them. My fucking cards were like, bring out the vibrator. I'm like, what? Am I going to run a marathon with it and scare people? What am I doing with this thing? Pushing the buttons to see what it does? Just leave me alone. In the essence, is I'm not on that vibe. Thank goodness. And why? Because God took that power away from me. Because it's a powerless power. You can't. You guys give into it so easily. Anyway, so be careful of going out there and, you know what I mean, getting fucked. Or fucking the wrong person. You know what I mean? Just getting drunk and ended up like, if I have one more drink. Anyways, so this video is really harsh and ugly. And I was like, you're an asshole. And then I sat with it long enough and I was like, this could be you. Who's to say halfway through the show I don't start thinking about somebody else? I was like, wait a minute. In reality, if I could have been fucking Wolfman, would I even be talking to you? And this is where this all started. And I stopped there in my thoughts. It's like, oh yeah. Remember, you were in spiritual court and your get out of jail free card was call Bobby and go through this shit. And they kept pushing me closer so I could reclaim what? My sexuality. I was supposed to do that with a whole magician over there that was going to try to sex magic me, and I was going to take all his magic and become all powerful. I could have had, and it was something I wanted, with all due respect. I tell you this all the time. Bobby is not my flavor. He's this white dude, and he's just not my flavor. I told you, this guy, he's a California raisin, bro. Talk about feeding you grapes. And they're like literally the same age. He doesn't have kids. He's a professional fuckboy. He travels the world. He studies mysticism. I manifested perfectness in this, and then I fucked it up in my unhealed ways. But that's okay, because that's what we do around here. And it would have took no time at all for me to realize he had a lot of the similarities of all this darkness. You have to heal your darkness here. Now, this is what's really funny. The more I come into union with myself as the goddess of darkness, the more I come into union with my gods of darkness. But we won't really align until you actually line up with what you are. But it's going to keep pulling us together. Realistically, yeah, see how much I love Lucifer? Anyways, and that's how it goes. The more I come into my Kanyin and my lovingness, the more I am like all in love with Allie and Lewis. Oh, they're so me. And that's really it is. What is it? The more I love me, the more I love you. And that's why I have to incorporate all of me. Now, as funny as it is, Marshall in all his King of Swordsness, he has the Allie in him. And I bet he's a sex machine, bro. I bet he has it in him. He's got the magic stick. I mean, just like me, we're a little rough around the edges. We haven't done this in a long time. I think it would have been fun. In the essence, what keeps you back from a good time? Fear. And again, there could have been great practice, but I'm looking for someone with the long game that can give me the whole thing, not just the tip, Russ. Hey, God says you're an asshole. He made this new song saying I want you. God said, the Holy Spirit said, you wrote that song about me blowing Bobby because I did it in the daytime and I didn't care who was looking. He said you wrote that song. Stop writing songs about my magnificent life and your fucking ghetto fabulous nothing life. You want to have an adventure? Come over here. I'll give you something to write about. Oh! Funny times. In essence, I know I'm your muse, but I'm not amused by your fucking creations. They're damnations to my fucking real story. You want them to be my soundtrack, but they're a soundtrack to your lost love. Hey, and that's what your guys' karma is. You get to sit there loving me without the ability to love me. Do you know how painful that is? Hey, wait till that kicks in. That is painful. Yeah? Yeah. Karma. You're going to feel this one. That hurts. I don't wish that on nobody. Why do you have to do that? You have to learn. We all have to learn these things. Painful. So painful lessons. You can't die without learning this lesson. Otherwise, you're going to have to come back and learn it somewhere else. Might as well learn it now. Alright, what are we learning today? The Kabbalah. As much as I love my Tree of Life card, and that's why I put it there, I know that if we're going to put a card to sit there the whole time, we don't need boobies. So we'll pull a Kabbalah card while we're at it. It's been a long time. You have Kabbalah cards? I have a lot. And we are going to get new ones. And I have lots of books too. I was getting downloads that I was like, hold on. How are we learning astronomy, and we still haven't started with a psychology? We have all these psychology books in there that we haven't really got into. Really? Yeah, I've got next level magic. We just got shoved right back into the stages of the Dark Night of Soul. We were doing all kinds of great teachings about all kinds of next level shit, and then we got stuck in the levels of the Dark Night of the Soul. Why? Because all these people came and they got activated, and I had to start walking them through that shit instead of the higher level shit. We needed to go back to the lower levels. And we can't walk with them through the valleys without, showing them how to get through it. It's like, you don't get to be a drill sergeant and stand there and watch them go through the obstacle course and tell them to be better. You have to guide them. I have to get on my fucking hands and knees and cry with you. I gotta fucking be there in the dirt with you, bro. I gotta show you how this bitch is done. This is how we do. So yeah, and that's what it is. You come out of that bitch just to go back in that bitch. It's a whole obstacle course. What does it look like? Well, they call it the Tree of Life. And it looks like this. We're climbing through the levels of ascension. Why is that card all funky? This is a sleeper card, huh? Yup. Wake up. Wake up. Alright, now let's pick another card. You want to pick a card? Nope, she's drawing pictures over there. We'll pick this card. The marker. X marks the spot. Alright, this is what we're going to do. It's just a fucking visual. Because my other one has boobies. All great things should have boobies. Going back to that. Oh, yeah. The whole story. It's like, you don't want to be on the receiving end of some bullshit, but that was some bullshit, and the tables may be turned, or maybe roles may be reversed. What am I talking about? Steve's love tarot, dude. That's not loving. That's lusting. That was a whole lusting. That wasn't loving. That was lusting. It was Steve's lust tarot. And he's a dirty old man, bro. You can hear it in his videos. He's that guy that's like taking his wife to the room because he saw something on the internet. He snitched himself out. Nobody talks like that, bro. He's literally telling his own shadows, bro. That's dirty. And he's been married for 20-something years? Yeah, what's getting that thing hard now? Realistically. And what did he say? He had a great word in it. Don't play along to get along. Write that down. Don't play along to get along. Don't play along just to get along. And that's what it is, too. It's like, oh, I don't know, dude. He's a dirty man. You can hear it in his videos. You can tell he's not in any kind of form of love. He's just been married to whatever. And they didn't even make children. So that's how you know it's not love. Why? Because love makes more. Love blossoms is what they're kind of showing me. All right, let's go into the Jewish, the essential Kabbalah. What is this? I don't know. We're starting somewhere else. Ein Sof. Ein Sof. I don't know. IENSOF. How do you guys pronounce that? Well, I'm saying Ein because that's how we started Einstein. And then Sof. SOF. Okay? Anything visible and anything that can be grasped by thought is bounded. Anything bounded is finite. Anything finite is not indifferentiated or undifferented. Differented? That's a weird word. Conversely, the boundless is called Ein Sof. Ein Sof. Infinite. It is the absolute undifferentiated. Wait a minute. I can't say this long word. Differentiation. Jesus. How many letters are in that? Undifferentiation and perfect changeless oneness. Okay? Since it is boundless, there is nothing outside of it. Since it transcends and conceals itself, it is the essence of everything hidden and revealed. Since it's concealed in its roots of faith and the root of rebellion, as it is written, one who is righteous lives by his faith. The philosophers acknowledge that we comprehend it only by way of know. What does that mean? All right, this next part is highlighted. Emanating from Ein Sof are the 10 Sephiroth. Those are what they call those right there. They call those Sephiroth, those circles. All right, so emanating from Ein Sof are the 10 Sephiroth. They constitute the process by which all things come into being and pass away. They energize every existing thing that can be quantified. Since all things come into being by means of the Sephiroth, they differ from one another, yet they all derive from the one root. Everything is from Ein Sof. Okay, so I don't know who Ein Sof is, but that's God, the God source. We all come from the one, and we come through these tubings. Do you recognize those images on those tubings? Those are planets. That goes back to your natal chart. When you were born, you have a natal chart of where the planets aligned when you were born, and it says what you were made of. I have a natal chart. We refer to it, right? So let's just look at this. I need someone. We haven't got this far. I'm self-taught in everything. Let's just start there. Where is my natal chart? Right next to me. I'm learning it all as I'm learning everything. I have not learned the houses, but it doesn't matter because I'm doing the work. By the time I realize it, I would have shown you how I cleaned house. That was a good one. All right, so you have all of your planets. So right now, listen to this, bitches. And I don't mind telling you because you can't stop mine, but you don't want to share this information with certain people because it's a full DNA count of what you are, what you were made of in all your past lives, and what you're here to do. So right now, we have Scorpio and Pluto, right? That's what's happening right now. And my Pluto is Libra. Balance. All right? Where are we currently? In fucking Libra season. So is there any way I'm not going to win this challenge? No way whatsoever. Now, while I'm dealing with Pluto, what am I dealing with? I'm dealing with Hades, but also the ruler of Scorpio. Dun, 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 which is who? Bobby and Wolfman. Dun, dun, dun. Aries and Scorpio. Dun, 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 which is that Mars energy. Dun, dun, dun. Pluto is where? Dun, dun, dun. We got to get through this. And it's a big transformation. And then we're reborn and we get new shit. We go through new shit. That's how that works throughout the days of the week, blah, 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 blah. So you're made up of the planets, and that's why I told you we need to start studying astronomy. After we realize what planets we're made up of, what we come from, where we come from, we need to know our neighbors. Won't you be my neighbor? In essence, we may not have, I mean, we did, depending on who you are. Oh, Wolfman. I was guided to give you back the memories. I was guided. We pulled the card earlier. I saw it before I took a nap. I was guided to give you back the memories, the past life activation, to show you what we were. But that's dangerous. I don't like to do that with my twin flames, bro. They get real hurt and it hurts their heart to realize what we're not. In the beginning, I saw these past lives. I thought they were futuristic because I didn't know these men. I thought I was seeing what we were going to be in the future. Right? But that wasn't what it was. It was us in the past, particular form that they're in. I didn't know how to sort it through. So I'm guided to give you those memories, to activate you, to understand who you were when we were together, but it's going to fuck with you. Is that we're not that now. And how bad you fucked it up. In the essence, that always feels bad. How's that happen? In your dreams, I'll bring them to you. You're gonna have to write them down. I don't know. You're not gonna forget them. I assure you of that. Yeah, since you're not the only one. Some of them have been given our past lives. I told them to be careful with that. Moving on. So one should. Where are we talking about? Nothing outside of it. One should avoid fashioning metaphors regarding Ein Sof. But in order to help you understand, you can compare Ein Sof to a candle from which hundreds of millions of other candles are kindled through some light brighter than others. I told you that's all God is. They're like, what does God look like? He's the brightest light. He's just light. And you can see his light in everybody and everything. He's just light, a voice. Moses saw him as a burning bush. How's that? It was the brightest light they could see in their lives. And when Jesus came, what did they see? A bright light. A star. Brighter than any star. It was a light. That's how he is. He's the light. Really? Yeah. When you step into the light, that's God. Step into his kingdom. You're not going to see a form of God. Everything they praise is just the light. They stand there and they praise the light to which he is. He's the light in the darkness. I don't know. It's goofy, but it is. And he came in many forms, and that's the other, the angels and the this and that. And this is all the angels. I'll teach you that in another time. Really? I don't want to right now. All right, we'll start after this. Though some shine brighter than others, compared to the first light, they are all the same, all derived from one source. And that's why I said, what am I in here? I'm a light, just like a star, a burning, you call it a gas, whatever, burning gas. There you go. I'm just a light in here. It's just a light, and it doesn't have a form. You think that it fits the whole body. No, my light lights up the whole body. It's just a light. It's like, what movie was that? It wasn't the Da Vinci Code. It was the one he made after. I think it's called Angels and Demons, where the scientists make the God source, which is just that, I don't know, that particle of light. That's what we are. And the more work that you do as a light worker, the more the light fills your body. And that's why I say you have all these physical effects as your light grows stronger inside of the body. Really? Yeah. Eventually I'll be able to carry this thing. The first light and all others are in effect incomparable, nor can their priority compare to it, for it surpasses them. Their energy emanates from it. No change takes place in it. The energy of emanation simply manifests through differentiation. Jeez. The other one was undifferentiation. Do you know how many letters are in that? I'm trying to put that word together? I'm just saying. I'll be learning how to speak pretty well out here. Ein Sof cannot be conceived, certainly not expressed, though it is imitated in everything. For there is nothing outside of it. No letter, no name, no writing, no thing can confine it. The witness testifying in the writing that there is nothing outside of it. I am that I am. Ein Sof has no will, no intention, no desire, no thought, no speech, no action. Yet, there is nothing outside of it. Really? Yeah. And then it says the divine life on page 31. In the flow of the Holy Spirit, one feels the divine life force, coursing through the pathways of existence, through all desires, all worlds, all thoughts, all nations, all creatures. And then under it says evolution and Kabbalah. The theory of evolution accords with the secrets of the Kabbalah better than any other theory. Evolution follows a path of ascent, and thus provides the world with a basis for optimism. How can one despair seeing that everything evolves and ascends? And that's it. It's like, how could you get freaked? You know what I mean? Well, this too shall pass. Why should you get caught up on this when you know it's going to change? When we penetrate the inner nature of evolution, we find divinity illuminated in perfect clarity. Ein Sof generates, actualizes potential infinity. I'm going to stop there. There are levels of consciousness, obviously. So, there's the 10th dimension. I said I'm past that, right? You work through your planetary, your natal chart, which is your shadow work, what you came here to do. You know what I mean? That's what that chart teaches you. It's like, depending on the placements, it tells you where you struggle. So you have to push yourself in these areas. It's a whole blueprint of what you're here to do, what you're here to accomplish. You know what I mean? So my north node, bottom line, the most important thing that I'm here to do is to be in my feelings. Cancer. That's it, to be in my emotions. Almost all of my chart is Sagittarius. So I have to push my beliefs and my freedoms in all areas of my life. That's what I'm here to do. It's not really much. Some Scorpio, which are deaths. I have to let things die. Old ways in different areas of my life that I held on to. We gotta let things die. That's it. I don't have much in there. Really? Not much to do. But I've had many lives. You guys probably have all kinds of stuff in there. Got some Aquarius, you got some fucking Pisces, you got some this, you got some that. I don't. I don't. You know what's crazy? I have a birthday brother. His name is Mike. I met him. He was the owner of the studio that I recorded out of. He was born on the same day at the same hospital as me. Only a couple hours difference. What does that mean? We are so alike. Does he have any of these powers? Absolutely not. But we were here to do the same things. Just a little bit of difference. We came down the pipe the same time, bro. We came down the pipe almost like holding hands. And I came through first. That's what that means. We are made up of the same shit, bro. We are the closest person I know that's made up of the same planetary chart as that guy. He was, and the chart goes to your longitude and latitude, where you were actually at on the globe, and the time you were born. He was at the same exact place as I was born. The exact same longitude and latitude, the exact same hospital, within a couple different hours. So the planets only shifted a little bit. Just a little bit. He's here to do the same shit I am. But yeah, he's over there being a fucking rock star doing fucking who knows what. Really? Does he know what I know now? I wasn't spiritual back then. He knew everything. He was the know-it-all back then. I taught him some shit in the essence, but that's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Think about all the babies that were born at the hospital when you were born. They have the same fucking destiny as you.
51 babies are born every second.
51 babies are born every second, so says Millionaire. She's full of great information, isn't she? She just takes it in.
Talking about the rapture yesterday, a whole bunch of Facebook moms thought it was going to happen, and a lot of
Facebook moms thinks the rapture is going to happen?
Yeah, they thought it was going to happen yesterday, and a whole bunch of people were trolling them by playing trumpets outside their doors. They started playing the rapture song.
I wonder who gave them that. Yeah. How did they miss it?
Everyone was talking about it. It was so dumb.
So anyways, that's how that works. And, yeah, we're going to move on past that. Along with that is as you work through your planets, so we have our, let me give something to poke at. All right, so here's Earth. We're trying to get back to God. We do this all the time. There's hours of the day where each of these planetary energies come in and you can, you know what I mean, start doing some work. But on a Monday, we're in our moon. We're in our mind. So this is your angels. Hold on. I have to get some different cards to explain this. These are in my Notorias. That's not them. This has nothing to do with Christ. I mean, I guess it does, but I'm going to pull the next card in our Notorious. We were sitting on the Magician for 2 days. It's these cards. Remember these cards? It's Raphael. Damn, I guess we know what angel we're working with. He's probably one of the most common angels I work with. Why? Because my body be needing healing. I call to him probably more than any other angel. For real? I barely asked Gabriel to come in and do some shit. I never asked Michael. He gave me the sword. He gave me the armor of God. God the healer, Raphael. And that's it. He's, you know what I mean? You incorporate it. So, how it works is, these cards, these ones, they give you a really great explanation, right? So here it is again. And they teach you in which place each of these lie. So the angels come first. This is 9, the Yesod. All right, it tells you all of them. They belong to the lowest order. Which is why they are in direct contact with human beings while residing on the astral plane. Okay, so as soon as you start accessing your mind and emotions, you're with the angels. They're right there with you in your mind and emotions. Okay, so then after that, you have your archangels, which is the Yesod. Sorry. Right? Oh, excuse me. The angels are here with us. And then you have your archangels. So that would be Raphael. That would be all of those angels. I didn't pull an angel card. I can show you most of them that I know. I have I don't know how many in there. 17 suits and multiple of them. So I think there's 74 angels that I can introduce you to of all different cultures. Alright, so once you get, you have, excuse me. You have your angels in the Yesod. And then you have your archangels in the Hod. And then you have your principles. So let's talk about your archangels, right? That would be Archangel Raphael. Is Raphael in there? Where the fuck are you, Raphael? Makes no sense. Where's Raphael? Hold on. Now I gotta read his card to find out where he is. He should be... Yeah, he's the Archangel. I was like, what the fuck? Where are you at, Raphael? Alright, Archangels. Under the influence of the planet of Mercury. Right? Mercury. Why don't I see his name here? That's weird. I don't see his name here. They show all the names, but they didn't show his. Anyways, whatever. That's weird to me. Ace of Swords. Under the influence of the planet Mercury, archangels are considered great advisors and officials, primed for protection and inspiration over large groups of people, such as entire populations or nations, being connected to the Hod, right? That's the name of these Sephiroths. Each of them have a name, okay? So the next one over here is the principalities. The influence over which they exercise their power are connected to the Nazak sphere, ruled by the planet Venus. Principalities are, for all intents and purposes, stewards of emotions, instincts, and memories on a larger scale, a true historical temporal memory, right? So they keep time, if you think about it, hidden, you know what I mean? They keep the memories and all of that, and that's Venus. Other things, you know, whoop whoop. All right, so after going through that, jeez, there's so many. All right, then you have your virtues, which is right here. That's the sixth one. That's the Tiferet. And this is beings connected to the Tiferet are a meditating sphere of between microcosmo and the macrocosmo. Once you break out of here, bro, and you break into your sun, what is your sun? Your true essence. After that, you're fucking free, bro. You're taking fucking action and you're expanding, breaking limitations and being filled with genius. You gotta get through this, which is what? I told you. Your mind and emotions, your heart, and your communications. This is all the top levels of your chakra system, right? So you have your crown. It's supposed to be the other way around, but I'm telling you. You have your crown, then you have your third eye, right? And then you have your throat chakra and your heart chakra. You have to activate these first. But in essence, to go up, we go down. Because what are we going? As soon as you get into your mind and emotions, you sink to the pits of your own hell. When you start dealing with the fucking your heart, you sink to the pits of your own pain. And then you're asked to communicate about it. But that is virtuous. And you can only go up from there. You're actually set free. I'm not going to go into all of this, but that's where they all live. And that's where it is it's all in you. So whatever your moon sign is, you know what I mean? That's what you got to work on. That's your emotions and stuff. These are things that are blocking you. Whatever is in your Venus chart, that's what you got to work through. That's what's blocking you. What's in my Venus? What's in your pocket? Just saying. Okay, so that's how we get through this. After your virtues, this is being the meditated sphere between micro and macro. The angel chorus of the virtues stands at the midpoint of the tree of life. The solar sphere, Tiferet, represents the center of balance of the entire tree, right? Let's see. It's the archetypical plane behind the material called the Malkuth, populated and experienced by human beings, right? So that's the 5D, basically. Real 5D shit. Alright, the Gerbera is up here. So we go into Mars. The Gerbera, I guess. Is that how you pronounce it? Gerbera. Where is that? Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. That's the powers. Under the propulsive thrust of Mars, the severity that delineates the Gerbera sphere are entities that make incisive and dynamic changes possible. They concretely and practically unleash the energies previously in a standstill in the virtues chorus. Right? So they push more energy into it. That's what it says. That's what it says. All right? Then the next one is the dominions and the chesed. What is this? Chesed, whatever. I don't know how they pronounce all this shit. This is the archangel choir of the dominations, the lordship or dominions. Exert an influence on the chesed sphere and the planet Jupiter. The sphere represents love and all aggregation and unifying force, the coagumentation of the abstract, and the root of new ideas that will later become seeds and fruit. Right? It's the expansion. It's the growth. It's all the love. Where is the love? Then you shoot over here to the thrones, which is Saturn. Thrones are angelic beings connected to Saturn and the Banah. This Sephirah represents the feminine energy of the universe, the basis of form and stability, the womb through which life will come to manifest and organize itself. And that's your Saturn, your limitations, bro. The task of this angelic chorus is to foster an understanding of what is the correct incarnation for our will. They determine the proper form to be given to the energy coming from the higher spheres so that it can be used in the material plane or vice versa. It is an ascetic ascendant. In the assumption of the material form gives life. This same form will blind the force to morality, in which case it is the task of the thrones to dissolve the form and structure once they have fulfilled their task. That's pushing your limits on a Saturday. It's going to push you to destroy this shit. Realistically, yeah. Let's move on to the cherubim. My favorite. The cherubim are the angelic courses. That's the chokmah. Courses connected to the planet Uranus. Now that's what it says, but according to this chart, that's not the sign of Uranus, is it? It's Neptune. Neither of those were in the chart before. Neither of those are in Vedic astrology. So what? They had a missing piece to the puzzle. Anyways, Chokmah is the first outward thrust of the original and all-encompassing Kether energy. It's the first thrust of it, right? Dynamic and formless, unorganized and capable of organizing itself into any form. That's where it is, the 11th dimension, where nothing takes form. It's nothing but shapes. We push, it becomes form. That's where I've been between here and here, between the 10th and 11th dimension with Archangel Metatron. I've been in there, where it doesn't take form yet. I can show you, you know what I mean, when I'm here with the angels, you know, I'm here with Kobe. Kobe can make it a whole fucking scene. It's already been played out. Up here, it hasn't taken form. It's the spark of genius where you just get an idea. You have an idea, and now it has to take form. That's how he helped scientists and medicine and all of that. He gave them a spark of genius, but they had to work out how to make this work. And that's Einstein and fucking Stephen Hawkins, where they had to figure out how to put these pieces together to make this work. They could see this thing. They had to find the pieces to figure out what it is. And that's sacred geometry. That's before form. That's how they spoke in symbols. Now with that, it's not just those symbols, because there was lots of, you know, the alphabet are symbols. Sigils are symbols. Runes are symbols. There was lots of symbols. Hieroglyphics were symbols. Do you know what I mean? All of these were symbols, and their symbols made a language before we made a universal language using letters. And it's not universal, because their language is symbols to us. You know what I mean? When we look at Chinese writing or, you know, Asian writing, I think it's all the same. Forgive me for my ignorance. I'm an ignorant American. Those are all symbols to us. They're letters to you, but they're symbols to us, and that's why we get those stupid letters or symbols tattooed on us. Same as the peace sign. That is a symbol, but it means it is a word, and it has a definition in time and space. This has a meaning. So that's where this is, before things take form. That's where I've been with him. Really, yeah, I told you, it's really hard to watch things take form and not be in a form. It's the crystallized grid before things have actually been put into form. And that's why we go in there and we break down the form of all things. We break it down to, how did this turn into a thought? How did you turn this into a thought? And that's what we shared yesterday in my shorts. It's like, you're just given pure energy, sparks of genius. Your brain, and that's where you turn this picture around. Here's your crown, here's your third eye, which is your brain. Your brain distorts this idea, and it comes out your mouth as some bullshit, and you create something that wasn't originally to be seen. Like, I didn't mean to create this madness. This is not how I saw this in my imagination. No, it got away with, your mind took it away. It was supposed to be something beautiful, and it turned out to be something horrible. Yup. In the essence. And that could be you self-sabotaging. This was supposed to be the best day of my life, and I ruined this just by my own thoughts. You know what I mean? It can happen. It does happen. I'm a pure example of that happen. Anyways, the masculine energy of the universe. The Chokmah is the first outward thrust of the original and all-encompassing Kether energy. Pure creative impulse. Dynamic and formless. Unorganized, but capable of organizing itself into any form. The task of the cherubim is to provide a conduit for this force to make us fruitful. They're giving us divine inspiration all the time to what? Make us fruitful. And that goes back to, your creative gifts. They're constantly giving you new recipes to make in the kitchen to make what? The world fruitful. It's bland. We're bored. Same old shit. The stimulant creation of, and then you got Russ, who's like, I'm his muse, and I give him great ideas all the time of what to write. Such a dork. In the essence, whatever is about to, I prove you wrong now, right now, Russell. Right now, I call bullshit on your bullshit. This song is going to be about public displays of affection in the form of lust. Yes. Have you ever been known or caught showing public displays of affection with this dog? Not unless the camera's rolling. There are no pictures of you guys being intimate or close, which means you're going to have to work on that to pretend that you're in love. All that, buying her shit doesn't prove love. So this next video about, women like myself and Bubble Guppy that don't care who's looking and we're going to love our man in public, that's not your bitch. That's not your girl. You love the way she takes it, but that's not your girl. Remember that. Amusing as you're not. In the essence, he does this all the fucking time. He loves me and Bobby's relationship. It's so inspiring. It does so much for his charts. It does nothing for your life. You're still fucking slapping butt cheeks with 24-year-old fucking same girl, same hoe you've been slapping butt cheeks with since the beginning. As I told him, I'm going to fucking ride a new stallion. I don't want to be slapping the same old cheeks. Assholes. Anyways, moving on. I'm just saying. He has no fucking spark of genius. He's not in any way connected to anything, and especially his feelings. Can you see Russ getting upset, getting angry, crying, having an emotional outburst? No, he plays victim. That's it. He doesn't know how to harness his feelings. He gets crushed by them. Wiener. Can't write anything creative with those kind of feelings. He just likes about everything he sees out his little window. Moving on. We've talked about the feminine and masculine energy. However, it's worth noting... Oh, we didn't talk about the Kether. What's that? That's the type 1, where we're at. Pluto. What's in my Pluto? Scorpio is in my way. We have to die. We have to double die. Double dip. It's... I don't feel like singing the double dutch. Really? Yeah. Pluto is death. Scorpio is death. Die! Die. What do I gotta do to die? I gotta die. You gotta die. We gotta die. This has gotta die. It's gotta die. I'm trying to tell you guys. How long do you have? Till November 4th to kill this shit, bro. Get to work. It's gonna get harder come Scorpio season. Right now, while you have the power of Libra to balance this shit, balance it now. Before you can't. Before the energy of the devil overcomes you. If you do... If not, then you're really fucked come Sagittarius season, because you're really going to ride that pony. I have got to get a new man before this happens. I'm having birthday sex with a new man this year. I'm manifesting that. Really? I guess. Sure, why not? I mean, that's what most people... That's all Russ got for his birthday. I could be as good as you, Russ. Bet mine lasts longer. I love you. God, it's so much fun teasing you. Gosh, it's the best part of my life. Anyways, I mean, I guess you feel the same. I love teasing you and bothering you. Fine, equal. Give and take. Take it, though. Make sure you take it. They are the highest of angelical order, which is what? The seraphim. Why do they only see wings and eyes? I tried to picture that this morning. Why do they only see you in that way? Because the light is so bright, that's all you can see. All you can see is the outline of their wings and everything looking at you. Are they really that form? God just made wings and eyes? He just made flying eyes? Sorry. This is why you guys hate me, dude. I'm like, do you really believe this shit that this... do you believe this? Our God who made us all beautiful and shit, that was the beginning of creation. He was just making wings and eyes. No, you just can't see them. But obviously they see you. And they're flying above you. And that goes back to these creations of revelations. Their mind created this, bro. They were having astral travels of things like they saw fire falling from the sky. You mean like airplanes, or what do you mean, like bombs? You mean like these fucking shooting stars? What are you seeing that you've never seen before? And upon her head she had a crown with 12 stars. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Sure. Are you talking about the constellations? You guys didn't know about the stars? What are we talking about here? In the essence, their imaginations went a little wild in these books, and that's because they didn't have the words to describe it. And that's what I said. Being in a place without form, seeing things that haven't took form yet, is a little difficult to put into words. They tried their best. Wings and eyes. That's what God made up there? That's the highest level of God, is wings and eyes? I guess. Sure. He cut my wings, so I don't know. They are the highest of angelical order and the furthest from human condition, and the closest to the concept of God. The concept of God is wings and eyes. Thus they are direct messengers of his word, which without, and it's basically like they're standing right in front of you. They're all tall and they're standing in front. They're closest to the light. You're like, what is he saying? What is he doing? They're basically protecting you from his light because his light is blinding. That's really what it is. All you can see is their wings. Their wings are protecting you from the light. Why? Because it'll burn you, bro. The light is blinding. I promise you. You seen the end of Harry Potter where... That's what happened to me when I came back in the light. Voldemort's all this little baby thing and he's all dying in the light. It's all bright and he's like... That's what happens when you get in the light. It's very bright in there. I mean, God, it's nothing but bright. And they're protecting you from it. But they're also telling you what, he's brewing on the other side. They can see what he's doing. They have the eyes to see it. We don't. Serious. You go blind staring at the sun. Don't you know that? You guys want to stare at an eclipse and wonder why you have eye problems. You're trying to look at God in the face? You're supposed to bow to him. I don't think you're supposed to do that. The fuck are you looking at? In the essence. Just kidding. Thus they are direct messengers of God's word, which, without intermediaries, would appear as a dazzling vision, impossible for us to comprehend, as we end up caged in physical form. The seraphim are also called the burning ones, from the word seraph, to burn. They are connected to Neptune and the Kether. Oh, hold on. There's Neptune. Oh, it's probably that missing guy right there. That must be Uranus. Which is what? I don't know, your throat chakra. Really? Must be. Did we miss something here? No, because the Kether is the seraphim. I don't understand. Because that's the sign of Neptune. Give me a second. Let me pull this list out. Maybe I've got them mixed up. No, that's the Chokmah. The Kether is the seraphim. But that's not how it looks. Look. Kether, Pluto, Chokmah, Neptune. They're fucking this up. Somebody fucked this up. I need to call the editor. I found something wrong with your book. I do this everywhere. Don't feel bad. Alright, anyways, The first sphere of the tree of life where there is no form but only pure being. A total latency where everything exists at the same time does not exist. That's where I be, in the place of existing but not existing. Really? You're part of everything and yet you play no part. This state of energy contains potentially all things from which all spheres and choruses described above emanate. The seraphim make us aware of the mysteries of the union and unity that connects all that belongs to the manifestation. Their arduous task is to enable the development of latent capacities and help them to express themselves. Well, that's Pluto for sure. Okay. We spent a whole hour on the Jews. We didn't even talk about my favorite one, which is Jesus. Oh, Jesus. What's in front of us? Raphael, Ace of Swords. And what's this one? I mean, we have a message in front of us, the marker. Just want to point out it's green, just like Raphael. I'm going to pull out Raphael's card. We'll do some more of this, and then I'm going to go. What do you got to do? Nothing? Just exist. Be in the place of existence. Where you at, Raphael? Why would you call Raphael? For healing, bro. For healing. Over your mind, body, and spirit. Azrael, task with help. Where you at, Raphael? Raphael. On you. There you are. Raphael. You got enough pictures. Are you with me here? We'll go back to that card. I'll read all of these. Well, hopefully. That one right there I stumble on real hard. Number 17. Go figure. If I was into numbers, I'd be like 17, it's torturing me. 7-11, 17. Always 17. Always. Bobby's birthday is the 17th, which is the same as my daughter's birthday. But he's not just that. Marshall's birthday equals 17. Lewis's birthday is 17. There's a bunch of them, and they keep coming around. Round and round they go. Those numbers are always around. What is this? I'm in the wrong book. I'm not going to find any answers in that book. Alright, let's talk about your healing. Raphael, where's this one from? This. You should get these. Really? Yeah, I went to Actual Glory. 17. 22. Nope. 17. Raphael. Raphael means God heals. And so does it mean in the same as this one that we're about to read. God who heals is what they said in that card over there to your left. Where's the damn guidebook? Did I put it in the wrong book? Probably did. God, I'm losing my shit. Anyways, alright. And his main task is to aid us when we require physical healing or improvements to our general health and well-being. He assists healers and those of the medical profession, and his powerful presence during the global health crisis, such as pandemics, and ensuring everyone gets attention they need. When people are ready to pass over, Raphael offers the comfort and safety until Archangel Azrael arrives to help them transition. He takes away their pain until he comes to take them out of the body. Whenever you see an ambulance, ask Raphael to assist the paramedics. You'll see me do that all the time. Offering healing to the patients. Like a romantic Italian man in his card. Italiano. I did not know that. Raphael is the angel of the heart. He governs the emerald ray, and when you see green sparkles or feel tingling when he's around. He can also help sadness after loss. This talks about his meaning him. I knew this was Raphael's light, blah, blah, blah. Message. I have heard your prayers for healing. Allow yourself time to rest and integrate. It's funny because I was really tired today. I didn't do nothing but take a really killer nap. Really, I got beautiful and Sleeping Beauty. That's pretty much all I did today. I went to the store bright and early. I did a lot of stuff super early. Then I just crashed. And I knew that was going to happen when I went to the transmutation card. Transform. I don't know. I read it earlier. I was like, oh, not again. And what is it? It fucks up your body. You break off all this darkness, and then you're filled with light, and your body can't hold the light. It takes some time. It really does. That was a very weird vision I got there. I guess it's like sexual energy. You can't hold it in, I suppose. It's something like that is what they tried to show me. So when you're bursting with energy and you let it out and you're just exhausted. That's what they're trying to show me. Something like that. The release. It's the same thing when you release darkness, I suppose. I mean, you don't get an orgasm, but you feel much better. You feel really wore out. No, I don't want to have sex. Let's do some shadow work. Same thing. Just kidding. One feels good, one doesn't feel good. Same exact experience. One lasts longer, though. Alright, anyways, I heard your prayers and blah, blah, blah. Trust that I'm helping you to heal and restore your energy to equilibrium. Now, there's these guided meditations that I do not do with you. Caduceus. Is that what it's called? I can never remember that word. Can somebody remember that word? That's what that sign is called. Caduceus. Okay. Anyways, become the angel on page 69. It's supposed to be balanced, but, you know, I guess. Oh, please don't make this sexual, please. This Scorpio energy is just terrible. They're trying to awaken the beast. You can't put this beast to sleep once you awaken it. That's why I need a full-time commitment before we open this door of secrets. After we open this chamber, bro, I can't close it. I need to make sure that you're in for the ride. I'm going to tie you to my bed. That's funny. Anyways, invoking Raphael's energy allows you to connect to the healer magician within. What card did we pull? The magician. Every human being has a natural healing capabilities, and this begins with compassion. Simply listening to another can allow them to feel safe and even speed up their healing process. That's 90% of my favorite thing about Marshall. He just sits there and has to listen to my bullshit. But I feel heard. Did he say anything? No. That's the best part. That's a good listener. Someone that doesn't say shit back. That doesn't try to tell you, you know what I mean, one up you or try to make it. Just listen. You pay psychologists and fucking, you know what I mean, therapists and all this shit unbelievable amounts of money to listen. And your guys' music marketing, you pay unbelievable amounts of money to get people to listen. A good listener is important. Alright, however, the very same goes for ourselves. How often do we overlook our own needs and the needs of our body? You can become your own healer by ensuring that you are being kind to yourself and taking time for rest and relaxation. Well, thank you, because I was feeling like an asshole because I really wanted to do more with my day. True healers understand that the first person they need to heal is themselves. Take time to rest and revitalize. Well, this just feels good to me because I really did waste my day. I took one hell of a nap, dude. I wanted to do some laundry. I wanted to do a couple of other things. I really did because I felt like I had the energy, but then it just dissipated. I was talking to Morgan too. It's like I haven't had the energy. It's flushed out. I'm so built up, and that's what it is. You're so built up with raw emotions that it's literally adrenaline. And when you let it go, you're exhausted. You really are. You were just built up with fucking chaos, bro. Just feelings and memories. That's it. You were spiritually constipated. And when you let it go, bro, you're tired. The recovery after healing, after, you know what I mean, spiritual psycho healing, you know, it's something else. It's like, geez, I just lived all kinds of memories and I got really fucked off right there. And I broke up with a bunch of imaginary boyfriends and I left a life that I thought I was going to have and I did all this stuff and I'm just exhausted. That's what it means to be mentally and emotionally exhausted. It shows in your body. Your brain has tired your body. Your emotions has tired your body. It's not even about action. And that's what it is. I had so much of it built up, but as I started to walk it off, man, I broke that shit out. I'm no longer bloated at all. My pants fit fine. Why would I have been bloated right there? Sacral energy. Sacral, sexual energy. Creativity and all that good stuff. Anyways, Raphael. So he's the angel that's working with you right now to help you heal. It's really funny because underneath him I have Uriel. That's the other one I call for. I just want to point out that Uriel has the pentagram. Whenever I see a ambulance go by, I call for Raphael and Uriel. Why Uriel? You want to know? You want to know? And I just want to point out, what color is this card? What energy does he work with? Yeah. What number are you? 6. Uriel is salvation. And he works with the red, which is the base chakra, which is your reality, your root chakra. He is the fire of God, or the flame of God. Let's see. Uriel is the keeper of the flame of divine love. He teaches us the path of salvation, helps purify our heart and release lower energies such as guilt and anger, which could cloud our judgment. Call upon Uriel to resolve arguments or bring forgiveness and healing into tense situations. So when I see an ambulance go by, I call for Uriel and Raphael. He's as ancient as Michael. They're all in here. You can learn about a lot of them. I encourage you to. They teach you the ascension through your chakras. They teach you how to work with the lights. They teach you how to work with oils and crystals. They teach you the sigils and the star constellations. The very last one is that guy up there. All those 3 cards came from here. Those are archangel forms. So that's Archangel Metatron, Archangel Christel is what that card says, and Archangel Melchizedek. Melchizedek is the last one, and he is the ascension. He teaches you how to go back and get everybody. They're all different so he's part of the diamond ray. Metatron's part of the golden ray, and Jesus is part of the rainbow ray. High levels. So that's how that works. Let's move on to, those cards are hard to read, and I can never find, I just want to point out the synchronicities, right? So this is a bright red book, and the cards are always bright red. It's like the card. Really? Yep. As I'm looking over here at my root chakra bag. Alright, let's see. Let me see if I can find the marker. Which is the marker? I feel like it's like a halfway point or something. I don't know. We only read these like once or twice through. And they don't come in alphabetical order, so that's what really sucks. Hey, look it! Shut the fuck up! At the end of this book, it teaches you the houses. Really? Yeah. It says first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It teaches the houses. Really? Yeah. No, it doesn't. Sample reading. Never mind. It's according to this. I have this huge layout for these cards. It comes with this big-ass thing. You see this? I have a big-ass map that I'm supposed to lay out on this whole table and pull those cards and know where we are in the tree of life. I don't do that. I could tell you in all the other cards. We don't stay in one. First house, initiative, beginnings, impulses, appearance. No, I think this is true. The second house, possessions, monies, comforts. Third house, communications. Yup. Fourth house, home, child. Fifth house. Eighth house, sex, death, mystery. Yup. These are the houses. What's this? Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is placed in the Jeruva. And so the Trinid, I don't know. The life tree and reading sheet. I didn't know that was in here. There's a lot I don't know. I'm just trying to find this card. Really? Yeah. I said I wanted to learn the houses, and there they were. Ask, and it shall be given in good accordance. I don't really need anything outside of myself. They've given me everything I need to keep me busy for the rest of my life. I'll just be out there trying to look for some shit. The marker. Where are we? Ooh, and your virtues. This is the energy that we're dealing with right now. You're dealing with your Mercury. You're dealing with your sun sign. You're dealing with... That's high level. At least you got out of your bullshit. Yeah? Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm not going to read all this. Why? Because it goes on and on and on. Commentary. If we could not distinguish one thing from another, we would not live. We have to know that this is a chair, not a cup. We cannot perceive the object as a whirling atoms, but when the cup... Okay, stop. What marks out one thing from another? When it cannot be divided into anything else without becoming something else, then you have found the marker of its identity. Its essence is to manifest to you. Here lies integrity. Understanding this and all else can be released to the edges of the wheel and beyond to dissolve or absorb in the processing of experience. When you are faced with a threat to your identity, you may ask yourself, what am I? If this attack only comes as criticism of your personality, you may suffer hurt feelings, but your self-love will work fast to repair the damage. If it is at a level of the Tiferet, where your real identity resides, the blow to confidence is more severe. It may be a criticism of a fundamental role you play in life, and the shock causes you to question who you really are. I'm seeing Bobby. I hit him in his guts with that. Everything I said was true. He doesn't know how other people see him. And that's, look at the mirror, bro. You're not who the fuck you're telling me or anybody else. This is what you appear to me and the whole wide world. And you better believe these fucking videos are going to be famous. You're going to be known as to the whole wide world as this asshole. How do you redeem yourself? Change. Be a better person. Not to me, but to yourself. So when this shit comes flying at you, you can say, yeah, I was that person, but I'm not anymore. I learned from my mistakes. Otherwise, they're going to attack you, bro. They're going to tear you apart. The world will tear you apart, and that's why you hide these things. You hide these things because you know man would tear you apart for this. And God, you're forgiven. And I forgive you because I'm with God. But the rest of them, absolutely not. Do you know how my twin flames think of you? How they always have? And how the rest of my following and every person that ever hears the story of what you did to me? Do you have a different story to tell? Am I fucking this story up? Am I lying? I'm playing victim to your bullshit? I'm the fucking seductress. I'm over here trying to make you cheat. I'm trying to make these things happen. You told a lie. The biggest lie is your life. You live a lie. Just as Russ. You can continue to live that lie, but the only one believing it is you. And in no time at all, you will be exposed for the lie that you are. Every single one of you. I've come to save you from that exposure. I've come to get you out of it, to change your ways before they come for you. And they will. The judgment that's coming upon you is not mine. It's man's. They will judge the shit out of you, and they will not forgive you. They will persecute you to the fullest extent of their laws and their books. They will throw their books at you. They don't live by Christ consciousness. They're not compassion. They're not compassionate about your sickness. They're not understanding about your behaviors. They will not forgive it, and they will not show you kindness or love for what you've done to another. You've been proven guilty in the court of fucking spiritual law, bro. Not just you, but most of you. And that's why you fear me. Because what? I bring the truth. And you're going to stand in it for all to see. I will find out who you are, and I will show the world. The point is for you to clean yourself. I will show them to have compassion and understanding and forgiveness for a person for you. But if they don't choose of their own free will to give you that grace, you're fucked. I forgive you, not them. Jesus forgives you, not them. These aren't Jesus people. Know that. These Christians, no way. No way would they forgive you for treating God's child, God's anointed as such. No way. And then you go into the dark. What do you think the dark will do to you? They have no conscience. They love revenge. They love it. The only thing that protects you spiritually, you piece of shit, is me. Is me. When you lose my protection, what do you have to protect you from the dark? You no longer have the dark goddess over your covering. And you do not know Christ. So who is to protect you from the darkness of this world and from the other worlds? It's called a reality check. You need to check yourself, bro. You're a whole piece of shit. And that's not a bad thing. We were dirty before we were made clean. If you don't clean up this mess, then you're just a dirty motherfucker, and you will die dirty. They will put you right in the dirt where you came from. That's really the truth about all this. I'm not your judgment. I'm here to witness, to bear witness. May you be judged by the gods. And who plays God on this planet? The people. They're your gods. And they will judge you according to their understanding. They don't have the understanding of Christ. If you lose everything to your wife, that's just. That's absolute justice. To lose your whole life to that woman. absolute justice to get trumped, to have your wife take everything from you, and you have to start over with your own brand new identity. That's justice. For sure. It may be the criticism of the fundamental role you play in life, and the shock causes you to question who you really are. The person you are, in essence, is bound up with your creative output in life. Or is it? There are people who have suffered terrible loss, injury, or ruin of reputation, but who have yet come through with renewed strength. Ultimately, none of these things can take away the essence of being. And that's it. If we take away everything, Russ, who are you? Nothing. You're a greedy, insecure bastard. You don't have an identity outside of music. You're nothing. You're nothing but your job. That's what you guys show. You're nothing more than the job you do. You don't have a personality. You don't have a consciousness. You don't have a soul. Are we dealing with Aries here? Your first house of identity? Is that where we're at in the houses? You're all faced with an identity crisis that you aren't who the fuck you pretend to be, and who you're pretending to be is just absolutely disgusting to us outside, that no wonder nobody likes you. I mean, Marshall, you remember those days where I had to tell you about you and how you come off and why nobody will approach you and why they don't like you, and this is all your own doing? I faced that. It's the first stage. What's wrong with me? Why do I act like this? Why do I talk like this? How come I don't have no fucking friends? Why do all I care about is work and fucking things? Why is this my life? Start asking the questions, of course. But don't get mad when somebody tells you who the fuck they think you are based on your actions. Don't get mad when someone like me comes and tells you who the fuck you're portraying, what kind of energy you're giving off, what kind of image you're walking in. It's not the image of God, I'll tell you that much. And that goes to you too, Wolfman. You're not walking in the image of any god, not even a dark god. And as the dark goddess, I would know. I would be attracted to it if you were. I'm only attracted to God. There are people who have suffered blah blah blah. Interpretation. Life task. It's time to know yourself better. Strip away all false expectations, both yours and those of others. That's all you are, Bobby, is an American father, brother, you know what I mean, drinker and welder. That's all you came here to be, is insignificant working ant, a middle-class working ant. That's what you were created to be. That's the end of your creativity. That's all God made you. I believe he had more power. I believe he made more than just wings and eyes. Discover the resonance and the meaning of your name when it is spoken out loud. Do not be afraid to find yourself. And that's it. You don't want to hear what people say about you. You don't want to hear what's in the chat lines. You don't want to read the comments. You don't want to know how they really think about you. You want to live in this perception that everybody loves you and they like you and they believe what you say. It's in your mind, bro. And that's what I said. I'm a legend in my own mind. Ask me and I'll tell you all about myself. In essence. And that's it. It's like, what do people say about me? All fearful things. As in the words of Pac, it's better to be feared and respected than loved and hated. I mean, in essence, what happens when they bring up my name? Anybody. And which name are you saying? Are you talking about Lisa? Are you talking about Lucky? Or are you talking about the High Priestess? Are you gossiping about a High Priestess? You're talking about a priestess? Like a nun? Like a servant of God? We're talking about a servant of God right now? Oh, is that the basis of your conversation? And the shit that comes out of your mouth, the perception or narrative that you tell your friends and family about me, is nothing more than your vision on me. That's not who I am. That's your weak-ass perception. I could tell you every day what I am, but you can't see it. A billion pairs of eyes looking hard, but won't realize that they will never see the P. You can't see me. You only see through your fears, through your understanding. And I said that in my earlier video. I can say it a million times, but you can't see it because your mind can't comprehend it. It's never been taught such things. That's not my problem, that you have an illiteracy, that you're dyslexic, that you can't learn new information. I would blame your parents for not pushing you through higher education, levels of higher education, not making you go to school and learn, not teaching you, or just being ignorant themselves. I'm sorry, did I offend you? Talking about your fucking ignorant fucking parents that stopped reading books, that stopped evolving, that stopped understanding, that stopped learning. It's laziness, pure laziness. They have the ability to read and write. Why can't they read a manual? Why can't they read a book and learn something new about the way of life? No, they want to stick to the old books. This is how it was. This is how it was. This is how it is. Pick up a new book. Catch the new slang terms. There's a new way of life. Catch on, or you're going to die with the old ways. Realistically. Can you feel the fire? I feel it. That's it. Where's all this fire coming from? The seraphim. Possible meaning. Where do you live? Beyond the fire. I live in the gates, in the kingdom of heaven, bro. Beyond the gates of justice. Beyond the fires and the gates of justice. In a room beyond the mirrors. I have my own dark room. Really? Yeah, I'm not for the light. I live there, but I like my own dark space. I live in a dark space of the light. They meet. It's the same place. That's just it. I'm the dark and the light. Really? Yeah. God's darkness. Jesus is God's light. That's all it is. We're still God. We're just different parts. That's all. Different parts of God. And all of us are. Walk in the parts. Be the part of God that, means most, which is be His light. Don't be His darkness. There's enough darkness. Everybody's trying to be the darkness. Be the light. That's where the true power is. Being unbothered. Anyways, don't be afraid to find yourself. And that's it. I told you in my earlier testament of my divine gifts, I was afraid to be a witch. I was afraid of all of this because I knew the persecution of what it meant to be me. And then you hear me the night before, I was talking about, I'm a fucking freak and I love me and I scare everyone and it's funny. Possible meaning. Illusions that must be banished. A badge, token, identifying mark. A gift. That was weird. A gift with an inner meaning. A clue. Recognition. Choosing a name. Identifying a person. Something which defines you and marks your limits. In the flesh, you're all limited. There's a limit to what can be done in the flesh. But there are no limits to what can be done in the spirit. I'm going to read this last card, and we are getting out of here. We're at an hour and a half. It comes with an invocation, a Latin invocation. I like Latinos, but I don't really speak Latin. Si habla español. That's what they say, too. They're like, I didn't know you know Spanish. I was like, I don't tell everyone. So it's my own little secret. I understand more than I speak. That's all you need to know. 73. God, the healer. Invocation. Vaitores comito infirmos doctor. Raphael instills in our subconscious a clear and powerful creative energy. An energy so purifying it resolves both good and evil, capable of healing our ills with its rational and analytical essence. As I said that, it's like Raphael healed my heart. My mind was just pissed off at me by this time. Raphael healed it. Listen to that. Capable of healing our ills with rational and analytical essence. And that's where I had to come to this balance. It is, however, a rigid and strict power that concedes nothing except through torment and severe inner work. That's what I did. It was torment. Only by cleansing ourselves of those pre-constituted intellectual structures that do not belong to us and working on building our own will, we win victories, regenerations, and new projects, ready to ennoble and transmute our inner temple into gold. What is it? Breaking down the old structures of what people told you. You live by other people's words, you guys. You don't live by your own code of ethics. You live by what you were told, and it's very hard to break those rules. As I'm seeing this, I promise the goofiest video. I have a video of me crying like a maniac that I can't do a no-call, no-show to a new job that I just got that I've been desperate to have. I wanted a job. I finally got one. After one day, they wanted me to no-call, no-show. I have a video of me and Kobe and Muhammad Ali and Pac. You know what I mean? Me fighting my mind and them trying to calm me down that it's okay to do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. This is wrong. I've lost jobs for this in the past. This is just bad ethics. This is not what you do. This is unprofessional. I can't do this. Don't ask me to do this. Don't ask me to do this after I just got this job. I promise you I have a video of it 2 years ago. Now you look at me walking away from that job 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks, right? A week now? I did it with such class. I did not just no-call, no-show. I told her to fuck herself. I did it with such class. 2 years ago, I could never do that, bro. That was just a fucking rule I could not break. I could not break rules in my head. Rules that other people broke. I could not be that person. It's in my coding that I can't do this. Some of them I can take, most of them I have to break through. Some of them I literally can't. I can't change this about me. But most of it you can. And the stuff you can't change is because it's fundamental, it's what you're made of. The rest of that shit, it's not what you're made of. You can change all this. It's just going to be difficult to go against your mom, to go against your mind, to go against whoever taught you this way. I always say your mom because ultimately it was the mothers that were teaching us. The fathers were typically gone. Even in a good home structure, you didn't have a stay-at-home dad that was teaching you shit. If you were lucky enough for your dad to teach you educate you about some shit, that's a fucking amazing. When I did go around my dad, I learned as much as I could. He knew everything about vehicles and you know what I mean, the garage, which is extremely important information. So I tried to learn anything I could from him. But mostly no. It's your mother. It's school. It's the outside world. It's your friends. It's books. Everything that taught you. You have to go against what you know to learn what's right for you. It's not that we live by our own rules, but we live in an understanding of a different understanding. That's beyond the mind. That's beyond books. Really? Yeah. And even those that, you know, that read the Bible all the time, they don't live by it. They read it, but they don't live by it. Not literally like I do. And that's why they don't literally have the gifts like I do. You didn't do the literal work to get the, you know, you did the literary, which was meaning reading, but you didn't do the you know, and that's it. Receptive, you were receptive to the information, you took it in with all your feelings, but you didn't apply it with any action. You're not taking action on this, and that's it. Your divine feminine is taking it all in, but your divine masculine is doing nothing with it. Think about it. Let's see. And open, transmute in our temple, our inner temple into gold. Alright, so it's the archangels, Ace of Swords, the planet is Mercury, Virgo, Erotesic is the Ace of Swords, which is the spark of what? Intellect. Mercury is what? Communication and studying. It's Hermes. It's applying new things. So what did they give me the spark of intuition for? Astronomy. They got me interested in astronomy. And I started speaking about it. Virgo is a what? Perfectionism. Basically, working through that. I will have to learn more of that. I can pull out those cards so we can become more familiar with our signs and that's pulling out the dark moon Lilith. It's all in Lilith. All that information is in Lilith. Always. So we'll start going more into the planets for the new people so you can get a better understanding of the planets and the signs. I'm always teaching you the ascension through the tarot. Earlier today we pulled the 3 of Pentacles. And that's it, is you bounce. You know what I mean? So Pentacles is reality. Swords, this is the beginning of your mindset. The Ace of Swords is the spark of intellect. And if you think about it, Aries is the spark of the fire. The beginning of anything great things starts in the mind. Your identity is all created there, your first house. So it seems like we're at as much as we're closing up the chapter, it seems like we're off to a perfect brand new start. And that's what the marker was about too. It's like we can mark this as done, and now we start over. Each time we take a class, we learn it. You know what I mean? Each time you're studying math, you have to start with the basics before they jump into it. They always go back to the basics. They don't just throw you into the next level of math. You have to review the basics to make sure you still remember, because we haven't talked about this since last year or last season, last semester, whenever the last time when it was that you faced this challenge. We're going to review this challenge, and we're going to go into more challenges. And that's what I mean is, I'm constantly teaching the ascension, but I'm also teaching new shit along with it, which is now we're learning astronomy and psychology. Before we were learning fucking crystals and herbs. Seriously? Yeah. Religious studies. We were learning different things. We learn a lot around here. We don't stop. There's not one book that I close and we don't use anymore. And that's not true. These books, but I was collecting them and then I threw it away. Which are what? The Sabbath books. They're dated. This book will be no good to me in Sahame. There'll be a new book that is just, it's a calendar. And that's it. When the calendar's over, do you keep it? You probably could, because then you can line up these calendars and see how it played out. You can see the patterns, the repetitiveness. On this day, I always do this. That's what Google fucking Photos are good for me. They keep all these fucking memories. Oh, I did this last year. I did this the year before last year. I do this every fucking year. That's where you try to break these patterns in time. So it's kind of good like that. But no, everything I have, and it's just been one after another. The kids are like, I'll buy you some cards. No, I've got so much information, stuff we've never even read before. It's there for when we're ready for it. It's, you know what I mean? Just being around the energy of it is consuming it. It's being, you know what I mean? It's like when you go to the store and you buy a cookbook, you're preparing for it. The ideas are still flowing. You're not ready to get it, put hands on. But when you open that book, it's time. Now you will show what you're ready to do. It wasn't like you needed that book to be ready. You were becoming ready. It's you use that book to exert it. Like a musician, right? They know how to play their, you know what I mean? They know how to play their instrument. The book, the music that they put in front of them is just how to channel it. They know what each note is. It's they're using this to channel their information, right? So I teach you everything over here. We do have some new people. I'm sure on Sundays I usually lose people because I offend you. And if I didn't offend you this Sunday, I'm going to offend your way of life every day of the week and ask you to observe it and question it and challenge it yourself. Don't just let me challenge it. You challenge your way of life. Challenge yourself to have a new way of life without me just offending your way of life. It's offensive, just like that card says. I'm taking shots at you. But what am I trying to do? I'm trying to push you into greatness, bro. I'm trying to show you you're stagnant in some bullshit, and you could be better. Don't never get mad at me for bringing that Kobe energy, and don't never get mad at me because I don't deliver it in the same message as Christ. I'm the dark goddess. We talk dark around here. There is many that had came to you before with this same message in a very loving form. I'm here to give you that tough love. I'm the dark mother, the dark divine mother, bro. I'm going to love you through this, but it's not going to be no Christ walk. We're going to learn how to walk with Christ, but I'm going to drill you. Why? Because that's my job and that's their job. That's what we do. We push you. We push you. All of that tree of life is to push. You're going to feel the push on my side. I'm going to push you either to greatness or push you away. There's no in between. The more I push you to greatness, the closer we get. And pushing you, I'm pulling you closer. Much closer. But if you just run away, then you're just on your own, bro. You really are. And that's okay. There's a lot of people that backslide and then come back. That's okay. I forgive you. We do a lot of forgiveness. I can't do this without forgiveness. That is the main food group around here. We can't be like that. People fuck up. They try to fucking do things their own way. They try to run things. They try to have control, and they realize they don't. Forgive them. They're always trying to be in control of some shit. They're always trying to manipulate and change things and make it their way. Burger King men. Forgive them. It's hard to be like Christ and forgives the stupid shit. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to talk a little bit of shit. Don't hurt nobody's feelings too bad. Try not to hurt feelings. The point of being truth, having the sword of truth, is to try to not hurt people. They're already hurting. I'm pretty bad at that. I'll hurt you with my words. How you doing over there, Marshall? As long as we're quiet, we're not hurting nobody. That's what I heard. I haven't hurt nobody. I ain't said shit. Yeah, until you open your mouth. I love you, Marshall. Hey, I love the rest of you guys. Stop it! I guess if you didn't write music about me, you'd have nothing to write about, and then it would really suck. I don't know. I'm just going to keep pointing out that it's not your story and that it's mine. So you might as well say, all credit to my twin flame. Right? Right. They don't need to know. We know. We know. In the essence, you don't got to pay me. You just got to pay respect. That's all that is. For them, you got to pay for everything. Everyone else, you got to pay for their love. That's it. Just pay me some respect, and that's good enough. Hey, love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.